My outfit of the day. This is something new that we have started doing on hsn.com. We have a section called the host closet, which I love because one of the biggest questions we get from you is what are we wearing? So today I am wearing some really comfy virtual stretch DG2 little pull on denim. They have like a frayed hem at the bottom. I'm short, these are tall, so I cuffed them. But I feel like it still looks really cute that way. And then my shoes are from, look at this, Strive. They actually have like a built-in orthotic. They're a little sandal. They're leather and they have a strap on the back. They come in lots of great colors. They're also on FlexPay right now as well. My shirt is Democracy. So if you're ever watching a show and you wanna know what any of the hosts are wearing, you can head to hsn.com, type host closet in the search bar. It will pop up for you and show you what everybody has had on throughout the day. So that's just a really cool resource. All right, let's keep moving and talk cleaning. And nothing is worse, I have to say, Amos, than when you're taking a shower and you feel that water coming up above your ankles and it grosses me out to nobody's business, man. It is gross because it's clogged with hair or conditioner or at the sink when you're brushing your teeth and the water takes forever to go down. There is a fix for that and it's called SuperFast Max, and this is a really smart concentrate. You're gonna mix this up with warm water. You're gonna actually get 32 uses out of this to not only open up a drain, but here's the difference, clean the drain. Right. I mean, and you guys have found a way to basically liquefy all the gunk that is clogging up our drains. So we have this here for you today on sale. This is $29.99. With FlexPay, it's $10 to get it home and try it out. I urge you, try this before you call a plumber, because I feel like from the moment they pick up the phone, you start losing money. They just like charge you just to come out. Try this first. And this is different because it's a powder form. That's right, this is different. So if you guys remember our SuperFast drain cleaner, usually it's in a liquid form. You know it, you love it, but you only get 4 to 6 applications. This is a pure powder concentrate that makes up to 32 applications. So 32 times you can open the drain line, 32 times you can maintenance that drain line. And I just love that technology because if you're conscious of your dollars, that's the value right there. Yeah, I mean, you're breaking that down. That's breaking it down. I mean, that's a really, really good price. Let's see how it works though, because it's all about, what do you call it? Saponify? Saponification. Yes, it is. And this is so easy to use. So there's an applicator in there. You take an applicator into a cup of hot water. It's hot water activated. I want to show you this accelerated formula. Watch this. SuperFast Max has an accelerated formula. So what that means to you is it's not going to take 30 minutes for this to go to work, not like the consumer products from the store. This one starts to work within 10 seconds. Now let me show you this degreasing technology. This is great. SuperFast Max turns your hair into foam. It turns the food into foam. It breaks down all that dirt, all that grease and oil, all that grime in the drain line breaks down into foam. We call that saponify. That's the dynamic way that it works, by turning everything in the drain into foam. Now that foam breaks down into a liquid. You give that 10 minutes to do that and you'll run hot water. Inevitably everything passes through the drain line and it comes back squeeze. Yes, it does. I love this stuff. I love it. We have one of those little like snake things. We haven't had to take that out in years. Thanks to all this hair, but it definitely works for that. Unlike the consumer products from the store, here it is right here. When you get a clog at home, I'm gonna paint the perfect picture. Usually you're in a panic state of mind. You'll do just about anything to get that drain line open, but when you're using consumer products from the store, these are highly corrosive. Products like these may contain acid, ammonia, animal fats, all kind of corrosive materials. And then the other thing is they tell you to pour half that bottle down the drain. Well, that's a lot of chemicals that you're pouring down the drain. Let me show you. 90% of the chemicals, they trinkle, they ooze, they creep, they end up down here. They get past the clog and it ends up down here. You see, this curve unit is designed to hold fluids to keep odors from coming back up and permeating through your house. The chemicals sit there building heats of up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. That's way too hot. Yeah. Way too hot for the drain line. Inevitably, it will crack your drain line. Now, I want to give you that about a minute and come back and see if anything happens. I'm going to be fair. Okay. All right. It's coming down. Spoiler alert. It ain't as good as this. You at home, count to yourself right now. How long does it take for this one to activate? How long does it take for this one to start to break down? Last week's food, last month's food, even last year's food. It's hardened and solidified. Look, there it goes. I think it's 10 seconds or less. Wild? 10 seconds or less. Michelle,
What?
Come on. I mean, and think about this too. A lot of people love these for, say, their RVs or their vacation homes, places where there's a lot of use or it's not easy to maintain or clean out these drains. These are gonna work great for that. If you have older pipes, they work. It's septic safe too, right?
It is, yes.
So, I mean, the usage for this is everywhere.
Yep, you can use it in any kind of drain line. So think about all the different older homes, the newer homes, the galvanized steel pipes, the terracotta clay pipes. Those are the older pipes if you have an older home. Those are the older pipes that run from under your house out to the sidewalk. SuperFast Max is safe on any one of those applications.
Yeah. I'm looking at this. There's still nothing happening here. And think how expensive these bottles are. Half the time you end up dumping the entire bottle. Yes. And if it does do anything, you notice how that clog comes back like the next week?
Yes, so I've been told.
It does, because it doesn't actually clean the drains out.
Right.
Kind of pushes everything through.
Right, so these products make heat. These ones right here, these consumer corrosive materials make heat. Whatever happens in the drain line, it puts a little pinhole and the drain line's open while it's hot, but once it cools down, it closes back up. That's why the clog keeps coming back, if you've ever used that before. But I gotta point this out. They tell you don't mix chemicals, right, on the back of this bottle because you can have a reaction. We have an innovative drain cleaning method without acid, without ammonia, without animal fats, and it has a perfect consistency when you mix it with water. It weighs heavier than water. It actually gets through the standing chemicals, gets through the standing water, the water you stand in when you're taking a shower that's so annoying. It gets through that, and with that accelerated formula, it starts to work in seconds. It starts to work to break down all that grime that's been building up in there, breaking it down in a matter of seconds.
So think about that. Once you mix it, because again, you get 32 applications out of this, which is more than when we usually have the liquid form. You mix it with that hot water to activate it, and you're so right. You said something. I want to repeat this for you. If you have that bit of water, because it's a different consistency, when you pour it in, it goes right down into the drain. And you wait. And then you hear the most gratifying sound ever, which is that gurgle, gurgle, and the water's gone. And you're so happy. You're like, oh my gosh.
What happened?
I didn't have to hire anybody. I didn't have to spend hundreds of dollars. I didn't have to open the window.
Next drain, please.
Right? Wait 10 minutes and let it work for you. If you don't love it, send it back. But it's another popular customer pick.
Okay, so let me explain what happened. Everything's been suspended free from the inside of the drain line. It's all been broken down by being saponified. Now I'm running hot water, and you run hot water for up to 5 minutes.
Okay.
Look at that.
Clean.
Squeaky clean.
Squeaky clean.
Every time you do it, and you're ready to go to the next drain. And if you're wondering the best way to use this product, if you have a second-story home or a third-story home, I want you to start upstairs. Do it at nighttime, start upstairs. Let SuperFast Max sit in those drain lines at night from upstairs to bottom. Each one of those drain lines down below you is gonna be squeaky clean. By the time the morning comes, you just run hot water, and everything just passes right through the drain line.
So good. Okay, I never can look at this thing. Freaks me out, but it's a perfect illustration you have for us.
This is perfect for the illustration. Look, this is known as the dirtiest place in your whole house. There's about 500,000 particles of bacteria per square inch in the drain line of the kitchen sink. That's a food source for bugs and critters. So I say that to say this. We have a big hunk of oil byproduct right here that represents last week's food, last month's food, or even last year's food. It doesn't matter how old and how hard and how solidified. I'm gonna go ahead and pour as much as that application I can pour right over this big hunk, this hunk of oil byproduct right here.
It's breaking it down.
Seconds.
It will liquefy.
Seconds.
If you've ever noticed your kitchen sink drain just stinks all the time, it's that example we just showed you. It's all the food and the grease that sticks on the pipes, and then buggies can come in and they can eat that. They're attracted to that.
They live on that.
They feed on it.
They break.
That's why I want this stuff so much in my kitchen sink, in the bathrooms, in the bathroom sinks as well, in the laundry room sinks, maybe in the garage. You've got some areas that need it. Remember, RVs, septic safe, vacation homes. I mean, think about the amount, especially if you run like a vacation rental home, and there's so many people using the showers with their hair going down the drain, they're dumping food down the sink. You've got to have this kind of product in your life. And because this is the concentrate in powder form, you actually get 33% more than when we do the typical liquid kind. It's a huge savings. It's $29.99 right now. If you want to scoop it up, it's a $10 flex pay. Well over 2,000 of you have already picked it up today because because this is a need. It's not a want. It's only a matter of time until that same drain, it seems like every time, starts getting clogged and running slow.
Because it's not if, it's when. We know that you're going to have
100%.
a stink in the sink, or you'll have a clog, or you'll have a slow running drain. Hair is the #1 culprit. Let me go over this one more time. The inside of the drain lines are coated with fats and oils and greases. When you wash your hair one time, or your pets one time, that hair goes down and just, it clings to the walls of your drain, and it just builds and builds and builds. So there's this nest of hair that's completely choking out your drain lines. You got to eliminate that because it'll give you a bad clog. I say that to say this. We have one of the only hair dissolving formulas that we know of in the country. I want to play a time-lapse video for you because it takes 10 minutes. If you have pet hair, if it's human hair, if it's fuzz in there, lint in there, fur in there.
Look.
SuperFast Max turns that into foam within 10 minutes.
Isn't that fascinating?
Michelle, what?
And the fact that we're not over here coughing, we don't have to open windows, we don't have any of those warnings that you can't mix it with other chemicals. I mean, it is such a unique formula. In fact, so many dog grooming businesses, hair salons, and barbershops now use your SuperFast Max.
100%.
That
They're
says
loving
something.
it for years and years and years now. The janitorial supply, I'm talking the pet salons, the hair salons, they're loving this proprietary formula because it doesn't matter if it's pet hair, human hair, it doesn't matter if it's grease or fats and oils in there. SuperFast Max breaks that down.
And think of the money you save because, and I actually prefer this form when we have the powder. You just mix it with hot water.
That's right.
Right? Yep. You get 32 uses out of this. So it's 33% more than when we have the liquid form. So that makes it such a great buy. This is a good animation too to learn a little bit more about how much you can use it.
So this configuration can clean the drain lines, open the drain lines, clean the drain lines 32 times. That's so many more applications than the SuperFast liquid form that you guys been loving for years, okay? This does it 32 times, not 4 to 6 times, 32 times. Now, there's no job too big or too small. These drain lines right here, these are representing the bigger lines that are about 6 inches, the 8 inches, the 10 inches. Those drain lines run under your house out to the sidewalk down to city sanitation, but there's no job too big or too small. I'm gonna do a side-by-side here. Test tube #2 is our SuperFast Max. And there's an application there. Test tube #1 is our consumer product from the store.
Oh, you're just going for it.
The corrosive materials, they say use half the bottle. I'm turning it up a notch for you over here. Watch this, I'm gonna pour the whole bottle.
So you see how it's pushing everything out?
Yes. I'm gonna explain that for you.
What is the deal with that?
Okay, consumer products are highly corrosive. They make a lot of heat. We don't want heat in the drain line because these chemicals in here make the heat. When things heat up, they expand. When things expand, that's when things are coming back up into the tub. It's coming back up into the kitchen sink. We don't want chemicals coming back up on us, especially when we have children at home or pets at home. You want this one right here. You see that one right there?
You gotta see this. Look, it is liquefying. I find that fascinating. I have presented this product with you many times, and I'm never bored with the presentation because it is amazing to me that your family, your father, was able to formulate a product like this.
Jackpot.
It's true. You are fixing a problem that every person in America deals with. It's the clogged, slow drains, the slow showers. Stop spending all your hard-earned money just to have a plumber come out and even look at the drain. They do, what do they call that now? Like a service call. It's gonna be $100 when you come look at it. It's ridiculous,
Let it happen on 4th of July. Let it happen on,
forget about it.
The price doubles and triples.
Yeah, wouldn't you rather be able to grab something like this and at least try it first? At least try it first, right?
Watch this. Okay, if you're just tuning in, here it is, SuperFast Max, 32 times. Okay, you mix it to a cup of hot water, one application. SuperFast Max is industry leading when it comes to opening your drain lines, but it's not a drain opener, it's a drain cleaner. Look at that, it's gonna open the drain line, it's gonna clean the drain line. Now what this is specifically designed to do, SuperFast Max turns your hair into foam, turns the food into foam, breaks down all that dirt, grease, and oil in the drain line. It breaks it down into foam. We call that saponify. That's the dynamic way that it works by turning everything in the drain into foam. The foam breaks down into liquid. You run hot water for 5 minutes. The drain line comes back squeaky clean every time you do it.
So satisfying.
No more stink in the sink. No more drain gas, no more drain odor. Unlike the consumer product from the store, I'm gonna use this gray one right here. Here's the thing. The consumer products from the store, they look different, I'll give them that credit, but if you read those code words on the back of the bottle, they all contain the same ingredients, highly corrosive materials. Like I said in the beginning, products like these are highly corrosive. They may contain acid, they may contain ammonia, they may contain all kind of different animal fats in there, and that will heat up the drain line. Here's about as much as I can fit in test tube #2. The chemicals trickle, they ooze, they creep, they get past the clog, and it all ends up down here at that curve unit. That curve unit holds fluids to keep odors from coming back up into your house, but the chemicals are sitting there building heats of up to 180 degrees.
That is a problem.
That's a problem.
You don't want, especially if you have older pipes in your home, you don't want to have to worry about that, because that's a whole nother can of worms. Using a system like this, you can rest a little easier, knowing you're not hurting your pipes, because you can actually use this formula on all different types of pipes. And we'll show you examples of that in just a moment. But it's amazing to see you pour that in, and immediately it's disintegrating all of the junk that gets coated onto our pipes. And that could be hair products, that could be food products, that could be the grease from the bacon fat that, you know, got into the drain line. That could be all the hair that's stuck to it. It's fascinating. And I know we're wrapping up, but I would love to, if we could just review for everybody, what kind of pipes and what systems.
I was going there next. Okay, any kind of drain lines you have at home, older homes, newer homes. You'll love it if you have a septic tank. Yes, this is safe for the septic tank. Boaters and RVers, you have tanks, the gray tank, you have the gray tank, the black tank. You can use SuperFast Max in either one of those tanks if you have a boat or an RV.
That is so good, so good. Okay, over 2,500 of these gone right now. So we're gonna let you keep getting those orders in. Use the FlexPay, it's 10 bucks, and that's gonna get it home for you, so you can at least try it out. Take it to that one drain that's been making you crazy, right? And see what it can do. Once the drain is opened,